Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to quickly introduce myself. I am Janelle Sumayo from Group 5, and as you know, my group and I will be presenting the Digestive and Urinary System. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, learners will discuss the relevance of digestive and urinary system, identify and discuss the structure and function of the different organs under both systems, and lastly, present example-related diseases or disorder of both systems. General function. The digestive and excretory systems together function to process all nutrients that enter the bloodstream except the oxygen that is brought in by the respiratory system. Through the digestive system, nutritive substances are absorbed and any that are not are eliminated. The excretory system functions in parallel, eliminating the byproducts of metabolism from the cells throughout the body by its constant cleansing of the blood. Both systems, in addition to serving these life support functions, also have associated with them numerous psychological meanings regarding the ingestion of food and the elimination of waste through the gastrointestinal system and the genitourinary tract.
The general function of digestive and urinary systems. Digestive system. The function of the digestive system is digestion and absorption. Digestion is the breakdown of food in small molecules which are then absorbed into the body. Urinary system. The urinary system's function is to filter blood and create urine as a waste byproduct. Digestive system is made up of the digestive tract and other organs that help the body break down and absorb food. It is a long twisting tube that starts at the mouth and goes through the esophagus, stomach, and small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Digestive system breaks down food into nutrients such as carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. They can then be absorbed into the bloodstream so the body can use them for energy, growth, and repair. Unused materials are discarded as feces or poo. Other organs that form part of the digestive system are the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. Why is digestion important? Digestion is important because your body needs nutrients from food and drink to work properly and stay healthy. Proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and waters are nutrients. Your digestive system breaks nutrients into parts small enough for your body to absorb and use for energy, growth, and cell repair. Proteins break into amino acids. Fats break into fatty acids and glycerol. Carbohydrates break into simple sugars. How does the digestive system work? Each part of the digestive system helps to move food and liquid through your GI tract. Break food and liquid into smaller parts, or both. Once foods are broken into small enough parts, your body can absorb and move the nutrients to where they are needed. Your large intestines absorbs water, and the waste products of digestion become stool. Nerves and hormones help control the digestive process. How does food move through my GI tract? Food moves through your GI tract by a process called peristalsis. The large, hollow organs of your GI tract contain a layer of muscle that enables their walls to move. The movement pushes food and liquid through your GI tract and mixes the contents with each organ. The muscle behind the food contracts and squeezes the food forward, while the muscle in front of the food relaxes to allow the food to move.
Mouth. When someone eats, the teeth chew food into a very small pieces. Glands in the cheeks and under the tongue produce saliva that coats the food, making it easier to be chewed and swallowed. Saliva also contains enzymes that start to digest the carbohydrates in food. Esophagus. The esophagus is the muscular tube that carries food from the mouth to the stomach after it's swallowed. A ring of muscle at the end of the esophagus relaxes to let food into the stomach and contracts to prevent stomach contents from escaping back up the esophagus. Stomach. The stomach wall produces gastric juice, hydrochloric acid, and enzymes. that digest proteins. The stomach acts like a concrete mixer, churning and mixing food with a gastric juice to form chyme. Chyme is a thick, soupy liquid. Small intestine. Bile from the gallbladder and enzymes and digestive juices from the pancreas empty into the upper section of the small intestine, and to help break down protein into amino acids and fat into fatty acids. These smaller particles, along with sugars, vitamins, and minerals, are absorbed into the bloodstream through the wall of the small intestine. It is called small because it is about 3.5 centimeter in diameter, but it is about 5 meters long to provide lots of area for absorption. Most of the chemical digestion of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates is completed in the small intestine. Large intestine and anus. The lining of the large intestine absorbs water, mineral salts, and vitamins. Undigested fiber is mixed with mucus and bacteria, which partly break down the fiber to nourish the cells of the large intestine wall and so help keep the large intestine healthy. Feces are formed and stored in the last part of the large intestine, the rectum, before being passed out of the body through the anus. What happens to the digested food? The small intestine absorbs most of the nutrients in your food, and your circulatory system passes them onto other parts of your body to store or use. Special cells help absorb nutrients across the intestinal lining into your bloodstream. Your blood carries simple sugars, amino acids, glycerol, and some vitamin and salts to the liver. Your liver stores, processes, and delivers nutrients to the rest of your body when needed. What happens to the digested food? The lymph system, a network of vessels that carry white blood cells and a fluid called lymph throughout your body to fight infection, absorb fatty acids, and vitamins. Your body uses sugars, amino acids, fatty acids, and glycerol to build substances you need for energy, growth, and cell repair. How does your body control digestive process? Your hormones and nerves work together to help control the digestive process. Signals flow within your GI tract and back and forth from your GI tract to your brain. Hormones. Cells lining your stomach and small intestine make and release hormones that control how your digestive system works. These hormones tells your body when to make digestive juices and send signals to your brain that you are hungry or full. Your pancreas also makes hormones that are important to digestion. Nerves. You have nerves that connect your central nervous system, your brain, and spinal cord to your digestive system and control some digestive functions. For example, when you see or smell food, your brain sends signal that causes your salivary glands to make your mouth water to prepare you to eat.
The urinary system function is to filter blood and create urine as a waste byproduct. The organ of the urinary system include the kidneys, renal pelvis, ureters, bladder, and urethra. The body takes nutrients from food and converts them to energy. After the body has taken the food components that it needs, waste products are left behind in the bowel and in the blood. The urinary system is also known as the urinary tract or renal system. The purpose of the urinary system is to eliminate waste from the body, regulate blood volume and blood pressure, control level of electrolytes and metabolites, and regulate blood. Kidney. The kidneys remove waste from the blood through tiny filtering units called nephrons. Each nephron is made up of a ball of small blood capillaries called a glomerulus. There is also a small tube called a renal tubule, which drains the urine and joins other tubules carrying the urine out of the kidney to the ureter. Kidney is located on the side of your spine, below your ribs, and behind of your belly. Each kidney is about 4 or 5 inches long, roughly the size of a large fist. Renal pelvis. The central region of the kidney contains the renal pelvis, which is located in the renal sinus. and is continuous with the ureter. The renal pelvis is a large cavity that collects the urine as is produced. Renal pelvis is the point where the 2 or 3 major calyces join. It has a mucous membrane and is covered with transitional epithelium and an underlying lamina propria of loose to dense connective tissue. Ureters. There are 2 ureter. These narrow tubes carry urine from the kidneys to the bladder. Muscles in the ureter walls continually tighten and relax, forcing urine downward, away from the kidneys. If urine backs up or is allowed to stand still, a kidney infection can develop. Ureters is a tube that carries urine from the kidney to the urinary bladder. There are 2 ureters, one attached to each kidney. The upper half of the ureter is located in the abdomen, and the lower half is located in the pelvic area. Bladder. Once urine is emptied into the bladder, it sits until you feel an urge to urinate. Your bladder is located in your lower abdomen and has an impressive ability to contract and expand to match urine output. When it's time to empty your bladder, voluntarily control of the muscles allow you to urinate. The frequency of urination depends on hydration level, kidney productions, and bladder size. On average, a normal bladder can hold about 1.5 to 2 cups of urine for 2 to 5 hours. Bladder is a triangle-shaped, hollow organ is located in the lower abdomen. The bladder walls relax and expand to store urine, and contract and flatten to empty urine through the urethra. Urethra. This tube allows urine to pass outside the body. The brain signals the bladder muscles to tighten, which squeezes urine out of the bladder. At the same time, the brain signals the sphincter muscles to relax to let urine exit the bladder through the urethra. In men, it's a long tube that runs through the penis. It also carries semen in men. In women, it's short and just above the vagina. Urethral problem may happen due to aging, illness, or injury. Urea. The kidney and the urinary system help the blood to eliminate liquid waste called urea and to keep chemicals such as potassium and sodium and water in balance. Urea is produced when foods containing protein such as meat, poultry, and certain vegetables are broken down in the body. Urea is carried in the bloodstream to the kidneys, where it is removed along with water and other waste in the form of urine. Urea is a waste product formed in the liver that travels through your blood to the kidneys, which then filters it out of the blood. It is then carried out of your body through urine. A small amount of urea in your blood is normal because this process is ongoing.
Related diseases or disorder. For the urinary system, we got kidney stones and urinary retention. First is kidney stones. Kidney stones form in your kidneys. As stones move in your ureters, the thin tube that allows urine to pass from your kidneys to your bladder. Signs and symptoms can result. The signs and symptoms of kidney stones can include severe pain, nausea, vomiting, fever, chills, and blood in your urine. Kidney stones, also called renal calculi, nephrolithiasis, or urolithiasis, are hard deposits made of mineral and salts that form inside your kidneys. What causes kidney stones? It is caused by diet, excess body weight, some medical conditions, and certain supplements and medications are among the many causes of kidney stones. Kidney stones can affect any part of your urinary tract, from your kidneys to your bladder. Often, stones form from your urine becoming concentrated, allowing minerals to crystallize and stick together. Urinary retention. Urinary retention is a condition in which you cannot empty all the urine from your bladder. Urinary retention can be acute, a sudden inability to urinate, or chronic, a gradual inability to completely empty the bladder of urine. The causes of urinary retention are related to either a blockage that partially or fully prevents urine from leaving your bladder or urethra, or your bladder not being able to maintain a strong enough force to expel all the urine. For digestive system, we have diarrhea and diverticulitis. Diarrhea. Usually, diarrhea happens because of a virus that gets into your gut. Some people call it intestinal flu or stomach flu. When you have diarrhea, your bowel movements or stool are loose and watery. It's common and usually not serious. Many people get diarrhea a few times a year. It normally lasts 2 to 3 days. Some people get it more often. It could be because they have irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or some other condition. Diverticulitis. Diverticulitis is the infection or inflammation of pouches that can form in your intestines. These pouches are called diverticula. The pouches generally aren't harmless. They can show up anywhere in your intestines if you have them. It's called diverticulosis. Diverticula usually develop when naturally weak places in your colon give way under pressure. This causes marble-sized pouches to protrude through the colon wall. Diverticulitis occur when diverticula tears, resulting in inflammation and in some cases, infection. That's all. Thank you.